All right, Coach. Tough go today, but we saw some good things. Shim with her goal at the end. How incredible was that?
Well, for us, we knew that Mana could help us, and again, maybe a new position for her, arriving late from left back. Very happy for her not to get a goal. We obviously gutted that we are out of the competition in the way we are. I think that the first 30 minutes of the game they were better, so congratulations to them. But after that, I think the team showed character, personality, or we just fell short. No, like in Spanish, we say that we swim to die on the shore, no? But they're still so proud of this group of players, this team, the fans, like everything was special. I think this competition is taught us a lot of things because we know if we want to be winners, we can have sleep moments. If not, you finish second, how it happened this time. So yeah, but we go prepared now for San Diego, who is now our next game. And again, I couldn't be prouder. So many fans today supporting us till the end, and just got it that we couldn't get that second goal at the end.
Yeah.
So it seemed like at times the team was very reactive instead of proactive on the ball, especially in the midfield. And you're going to face a team like San Diego that had Daniel Rico. What do you think the team can improve on going forward?
Well, we will look at that. I think that was definitely happening at the beginning of the game. We did some adjustments, and I think from there we dominated. Again, it's a game where we restricted them to 2 shots on target. We had way more shots, way more approaches to the goal, but you have to score. In the end, we only go a draw, and I think we just need to keep building, keep working. For us, obviously it's a draw. It feels like a defeat because obviously we didn't qualify, but it's another result that we learned from the bad moments, and again we came up on top, but we just fell short.
Sean?
Sean, magazine. Coach, you were in the late sub with Shim. She scored a goal. She had a long distance shot in this offense. Is it something that you saw that you put her into that? Was that just providence? Is that how you do it on the training field and you knew that was going to happen?
Yeah, we know that Mana can bring a lot going forward. When we put Mana on, we moved Jenna into the number 10 position because we wanted her to be a bit more around the box. And we know that Mana's got fantastic left foot, and she's very intelligent to come into the box undetectable, and that's how she scored. So very pleased with that part of the game plan and that decision that helped the team definitely. Obviously, it was late the goal. Then the game was what it was. It was maybe cut a bit short because we wanted to play a bit more, but at the end of the day, very, very happy for her. Everything she's done, she's gone through and now doing what she does for us and adding up that goal. I think I was a bit gutted that it kind of have been more important, that goal, and helped to be a winning goal. It would have been ideal, but extremely happy with her work for us.
No? Now, and no comment is totally allowed for this because I don't want you to get in trouble about the referee issue.
Yeah.
But obviously there was a lot of reactions to some not called fouls, some called fouls, and then obviously the yellow to the bench. So just kind of your thoughts on how that went about and obviously player safety.
Yeah, I think that in there the referees had a very difficult job. They try to do the best, the same that we do. I think there are certain things that need to be under control. They tried, so I think it's very difficult, the job. Maybe at the end, I definitely think that we wanted to play more. I think we only had it was 20 seconds when there was a goal, a sub, and a lot of wasting time. Probably it could have been a bit more. Even the yellow, I think, is in those moments. I'm not sure. But yeah, they do a very difficult job. Probably, like everyone, they need to learn from what they do right and learn from what they don't do right. And also, it's important that we all manage ourselves, them included, and and we move on. Like, we don't win or lose because of the referees, but they obviously are a part of what we do.
Yes. Okay, Gary, and then you.
Gary from Soccer. I was curious to your message to the team after such a close, tough game.
Oh, very good question. For me, I was very proud of themselves, even on the defeat. We need to look at ourselves, me the first, because it's not a defeat, it's a draw that it feels, no? And that's where we want to be. We want to be a team that for us, drawing is not enough. We want to be a team that wins every game, and that's very difficult, you know. I think the team can see down this Gotham. I think the fans were happy with how the team worked till the end. I think we just coming on the back of beating probably the best team in the league and at the moment, and we want to be that team, you know, we want to be at the top of the league. We want to be, you know, you guys having fun, you guys enjoying, and they are making that happen. It's just that sometimes we need to learn, because sometimes it's not enough to do it for a certain amount of time. So tell them that I was proud of them, that they keep their heads up, big at it, because they are winners and they want to win. So tomorrow we're back at training. We will be there. We will recover, and then they are going to have a few days off, because next week we have a very now we're already looking at San Diego. No, this is how we operate, and we want to make sure that every single fan sits down on the tele or comes to the game, because we get a lot of fans everywhere. It's very surprising, but it is true, and that they enjoy another win from us, because that's why we're here. That's why we enjoy, and I am seriously very proud of how this group of players is adapting to the style, understanding the messages, working every day when you guys obviously are not seeing it, and then performing. Sometimes, you know, fine details, but very, very happy, you know, and I hope the fans are too, because they can really be proud of this group of players. You're welcome.
So behind Madison's goal was Midge's vision to find her in the pocket. So your thoughts on that, sir?
Yeah, well, Mitch, we know what she can bring. She's coming back into her full fitness. She's helping us a lot. She's working really well. She's you could see, you know, some of those runs going back as well. You know, them to maybe get that moment, but you know, we can't forget. I think Maitane today was really good helping the team. The back line had a very difficult job against Messiah Bright, and they deal with her really well, especially as the game went on. And Bruna came back and got off. You know, her players can't have days off after the World Cup. She wanted to come back, help the team as soon as possible. She came on. She was, you know, she helped the team. Like every single one of them is doing what they can to help the group, whatever is their role. You know, you should see, you know, today we have obviously McCall and Ali Krieger out of the team, and they were there supporting the teammates, making sure that they are, you know, like helping them. Then Michelle Betters, who is obviously wasn't played. Like every single one of them takes on what they need to do, whatever they are banned, injured, and help to win. So yeah, very happy with that moment from each, but very happy with how every single one of them is doing the best they can. Okay, and then we will see at the end of the year where we finish, because it is an exciting group of players to work with.
Okay, we'll go online to Jenna Tinelli.
Hi, Coach. Thanks so much for taking the time. I just obviously, you know, midweek games happen and it's part of the season, but you know, how much do you think that factored in, especially when you're, you know, still missing internationals? McCall couldn't play, Ali couldn't play. You know, how much of that is kind of like a roadblock in getting a result tonight?
Well, I think it's just part of the game. They also had to play, you know, like I think it is, obviously they got maybe one extra day before, but that's just part of football. It's no excuse. We want to play, we want to perform. Obviously it was very unlucky because this game was supposed to be played in another moment of the season. I think this one was the smoke game, no? The game that spawned with the smoke.
Yeah,
And we have to readapt and reshape planning, and everyone was ready to win. You know, it's just a shame that we couldn't do it, but you know, we don't look for excuses. We look for improvements. We look for how we can be better and how we can do that in a way that is enjoyable. And I think that's what we're doing. And I think this team has a lot more very good moments to come. And this is what I said before, no? That bittersweet flavor where a draw is not good enough for us is something I really like, because we want to be winners, and that's what it matters. And again, we will prepare to make sure we can do that against San Diego.
And just on Taylor Smith coming back, obviously she had an injury that kept her out for a while. Just kind of what you've seen from her, getting back on the pitch and making an impact.
Yeah, very happy with her. You know, it's very difficult to join back the team after an injury, because you know, like the level and the intensity that we train and we play is very high and very hard to replicate in return to play processes, but she's doing a great job. Obviously, she's getting minutes little by little, and she's helping the team, and like those little moments, we know she can bring and make the difference. And today she worked really hard. She's again a winner, and we're happy to have her back. Like the worst things that can happen for us as coaches is losing players due to injury. Is part of this game that we play, but having the back is always great. So we do a lot of work not only on the medical, sports science, and physical side, but also on the technical and tactical to make sure that they stay focused on what they need to do. So the credit needs to go there to Jesus on the tactical, and the rest of the staff in everything we do with them off the pitch or on the pitch to make sure they come back the best they can. No?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jenna. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
You good? Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for.
Oh, she's been incredible for us all year. It's super cool to see, especially her just embrace her new role as an outside back. And she stepped up pretty much every week for us. So it's pretty, exciting and stuff. So yeah.
I have a follow-up question. You've seen players like Juan switch from different lines, as well as Brian from midfield to forward. So when you're switching different lines, do you feel comfortable? Like, are you starting to feel more comfortable with what Brian feels best at using right now?
Yeah, I think, it's a little different coming back from injury, just getting, comfortable with being back on the field. It's a whole, longer process and stuff, but it's something that the coaches really emphasize. We don't really have positions, we have roles. So, if you need to be in the 9, you have to know their responsibilities for the 7, the 11, the 8. And so a lot of the time, the team is in on those meetings on every position. So they're able to, step in and fulfill that role.
Just give us your media outlook here.
No, I'm Gary from Soccer over Gotham. I'm just curious the thoughts on the kind of mood in the locker room right now. The road group's at the top about.
Yeah. It's a completely new team this year. And I feel like last year at this time, we got a tie. It was a win for us. And, tonight it was absolutely devastating for us. We've put in a lot of hard work, and, we all feel that we lost that game in the first half. We didn't come out like we needed to. And, we had prepared for this game, and, it all comes down, those 90 minutes, and we just couldn't get it done in time. But, we're still in a very good place in the regular season. So, that's where all of our focus is going. And, I feel like this will really, light a fire under us. And so, yeah.
Okay, we will take one from online. Jenna Snelly. Go ahead, Jenna.
Hi, Taylor. Thanks so much for taking the time tonight. Just, you were muted in the beginning for me, so maybe you already answered this, so please forgive me if I'm making you repeat yourself. But, when you were brought in as a sub in the second half, what were the instructions? What were you kind of, put in to do to kind of find that spark and try to, scoop out the win?
Yeah, so we had kind of a lot of different tactics. Like we switch, formations, typically we're a team that likes to play in the wide areas, but we were really, focused on overloading them in the midfield and centrally and trying to really drive in those channels, get a lot of crosses from out wide, because in the first half, that's where we had a lot of success. And so we were really trying to hone in on, isolating our, outside backs in the wide areas, and then getting the front 3 as much just in the center channel and in front of goal. So, yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, any other questions from the room? Go ahead.
So behind Shim's goal was mid versus assist, which was wicked vision. So your thoughts on just seeing that from your perspective on it?
Yeah, I mean, we were all just trying to get in the box and, just being hopeful at this point. It was late in the game and we're just trying to push. And I think at that point, you have to pretty much just try anything, and I think she's done a great job going 1v1 all game. And then just to, spot out Mana, also Mana coming in and making a huge difference and just getting involved in the attack, was something great to see that we still had that fight. So.
Any others? Go ahead, Caleb.
Kind of words real quick, sorry. What can you guys, what do you think is going to be the biggest takeaway from this match? Obviously, you said you guys, you don't feel like you guys came out super strong in the first half, but you kind of picked it up towards the end. So what do you think you can take away into the rest of the regular season?
Yeah, I think for us that every minute matters. Orlando from the start of this game was wasting time. They were going for the tie. And, we were aware of that. And, especially, we really focused on how we just didn't get it done in the first half. Like they were out muscling us. They were winning the second balls. And like, those are things that we can control, like they're throwing our players to the ground. And we're like, we need to have some sort of fight, some sort of pride. Like we did really well, to get ourselves in that position in this tournament. And, today we didn't really bring that. And so I think, going forward, like from the start, that we have to push from the beginning.
Goal today, I don't know if you're aware, and I don't want to give years, but I'm going to.
That's
8
fine.
years and 4 days.
Wow.
What does that goal mean to you?
It was so, it was bittersweet, and I couldn't even celebrate because I was like, we have to win this game. And now that I have some time to reflect on it, like obviously it's amazing. And I'm just so grateful that they trusted me to even be in the position to be on the field at that time, I don't want to get emotional, but yeah, it was really special. And I feel like there are certain things since I've been here that have really like felt like it's wrapped up my career, like certain things that have meant a lot, even just like training with Sinead again and having some time with old friends and having a good training session and winning small sided, like stuff that I really missed and I enjoy now. And every time a moment like that happens, I'm like, okay, I can be done now. Like that's like, we wrapped it up. And then of course I wake up the next day and I'm like, that was really fun. I want to do it again. I'm hungry. So, yeah, I'm really happy. And I also got my first yellow card in a very long time. But obviously we had to win that game and it's hard because I'd rather sit on the bench and win and go to the semifinal than play and score a goal and tie 1-1. Like that's the bottom line. So.
All right, we'll go Nubia and then JJ.
Hi, Mana Nubia with Shim FC podcast. Speaking of your goal, Midge first had an excellent service into the box. I'm not sure if you were able to like see a replay of it, but your thoughts just in the game.
I would love to see a replay. It was sweet. We just had a little moment in the locker room where she came up to me and put her hands on my shoulders and was like, you deserve this. Like you've been working so hard. And of course I was like, thank you for, she gave me a dime, but yeah, I didn't expect it to make it all the way, but it got over everyone. And I was like, all right, I just have to get a touch on it. So my job was pretty easy at that point.
Shim, you answered the first question already that I was going to ask. So to follow up, you are from Hawaii with the wildfires going on there. Is there any message you have for back home?
Yeah, I was talking to my teammates about it before the game. My family's originally from Maui, and I have cousins on Maui right now, and I've been in touch with them. My cousin works at Lahaina Luna. I, in law school, worked with some landowners there, Hawaiian landowners, and a farm, Ku'ia farm, that's in Lahaina. And it's a really special place to me. And I'm heartbroken for that community. And it's hard to be so far away and feel like there's nothing I can really do other than check in and support my friends and family. And right now we're in a place of just checking on loved ones and making sure people are okay. Like we're not even, thinking about the property and anything else. But yeah, I'm looking forward to organizing around that community when it comes time and giving them whatever we can to rebuild. Thank you for asking though. That's really meaningful to me and means more to me than anything else that I'm doing in soccer here in the NWSL, US soccer. Hawaii is my home, and yeah, family is everything.
Sean?
You're gonna go lead the defensive line has been scoring a bunch of goals for the team. Does coaching still have confidence in you, or is it something that the players have seen? What's leading to that? Not all of a sudden, it's that it.
Sorry, you mean that I was playing in the back line and that I scored?
Yes, that you have another shot later from outside the area. You other defenders haven't scored on the league.
Oh yeah.
Telling you don't shoot. He gives them so that they have confidence in the back line.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love this coaching staff. I think they're incredible. I think they're very smart. I think I have learned more in this short time than I did in years. I would say in the NWSL, and definitely instilling confidence, but just trusting. Like, I love the way that when we're playing well, it's like, it doesn't matter where you are on the field, you're playing some role, right? So if I start at left back and I end up on the right side because there's a corner kick or something, I'm suddenly a right winger. And in that sense, our coaches trust us to play whatever role we need to in that moment. But yeah, we play a lot of small-sided and get a lot of shots. And when I was subbing in, they're like, just score a goal. And I'm like, cool. Like, I don't have to think about anything else, just go score a goal. Should have scored 2, but that's another story.
And you did. Okay.
I'm Michaela with Women's Sports Exchange. My question, left my head, give me 1 second, it's gonna come.
Take your time.
But like, what can you guys take away from this match and like kind of build momentum going into the end of the regular season? Obviously, like, the NWSL is a really, really close league. I feel like everyone's in like a tie all the time.
Yeah.
So kind of how can you guys keep pushing forward?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's like feels like 2 separate things, right? Like, you have league play and then Challenge Cup. And now that Challenge Cup is over for us, it's just focusing on those games. And it's unfortunate because Challenge Cup is kind of fun. I've never, this is my first time playing in it, but I've been following it for a long time. And I think it's a fun little tournament style thing that they have going on. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I'm disappointed. And I think we have to just focus on the next one and see. I know we're like tied for second. So glad we beat Portland. That was just extremely satisfying. When we go back to talking about things that make me feel like my career's wrapped up, that's one of them. Yeah, so focus on the next one. I don't even know who we play. Kansas City, maybe someone said?
Last game.
Wait, what?
October 15th. Oh, if we would have gone through, yes, it would have been Kansas City.
Right. Okay. Sorry. I don't know who we're playing next, but yeah, it's
San Diego.
oh yes, duh. I'm trying to get on that trip. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be focusing on tomorrow and until we go and play that game.
Awesome. Say Gary and then Nubia and Jenna online. Jenna, don't let me forget about you.
Gary from Soccer over Gotham. I'm just curious your thoughts on being able to see Sinead play on the world stage.
Oh my goodness. There are no words. As soon as she got called up, I was like, I have to get her jersey. And I had it and I wore it and they didn't win. So I was like, do I put it back on or do I just hang it on my wall and never sign it? She hasn't signed it yet because she just got back. But she's such a baller. Like, she's one of the best, like, just pure soccer players I've ever met. And I'm so happy for her, and she deserves, like, I think she could play and start on our women's national team. That's how good she is. And I'm just so happy to see her getting to enjoy it again. And I'm looking forward to her coming back because training with her is the best. Like, we had one training session, you guys, it was like that for me, honestly. There was one session, it was me, Sinead, and Delaney in the midfield, and we just balled out, and I was like, I'm done. I can be done now. That was so fun. So hopefully more of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gary took my question, so I'll be back to another. We've seen, the NWSL get more involved, like now the CBA and the UKG as a sponsor for the Challenge Cup. So I guess, what are some positive steps in the league that you've gone to appreciate?
Oh, there's so many, too many to even name, but yeah, obviously the CBA is huge. And there's just a lot more support and infrastructure, and even just like this game day, it just feels way more professional. And I was with Portland for a long time, and that was like supposed to be the standard, right? But nothing comes close to what I feel here, and just the sense of safety and security and trust that people have in each other, and professionalism. So from a player's perspective, that's really nice. And I feel really grateful that I get to just enjoy it, that I'm here and I don't have to worry and stress about all of the little things that were obviously on my mind back then. But I think there are going to be many other milestones ahead that we can celebrate. But for sure, I think the biggest one is the CBA and just the investment. I laugh when Jessica Berman talks about it because it's so like sincere, and she talks about the pie and make the pie bigger. And I just love having a commissioner that is like, let's get it. And she wants to collaborate with us at US Soccer and everyone, I think, supporting her, and Carlin, head of strategy at NWSL, like they're all really doing their best to help this league grow. And yeah, and I think the clubs are pushing each other. I was so happy to see Angel City and everything that they were doing, because I think it pushed a lot of other clubs to do well, especially with women leadership and ownership.
All right, Janet Tinelli online.
Hi, Mana. Thank you so much for taking the time, and congrats on your goal.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask a little bit just about Gotham as a club, and just kind of first, what made you feel like you could come and kind of like find this closure with Gotham, like why Gotham was a place to do that, and also just kind of you've touched on it already, how it's kind of a special place, but just anything else you have to say about your experience with the club and what makes it so special.
Yeah, there are a few things. So obviously knowing Yael and Nathan, the assistant GM here, and Sarah, who I actually talked to her before coming in, because Sarah and Nathan wrote a paper on player well-being, and I just knew that they had the same goals in mind for women's professional soccer that I had in mind and have in mind. So I felt like at least from the top and leadership, we were on the same page. And then I asked a bunch of my friends, it's helpful that I have Ali and McCall, Sinead, Mish, players that I've played with before, who could tell me, how it compares to when we were playing back in 2015, 2016. Yeah, and I like the way we play football. Tonight, the first half was not close to the way we play and train and we're hoping to play, but when we play like this team balls out. I remember watching the game against Seattle, and is that what we call them? OL Reign, right?
Yeah, okay.
OL Reign.
You got this.
Thank you. And they were so good. They were just like, just playing a lot of quality passes. And I remember watching one goal and I was like, that makes me want to play soccer again. Did that answer your question?
Yes, awesome. Thanks so much, and congrats again on the goal.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions for him? Yeah.
One last question. We're working with US Soccer, obviously women's national out with our early departure, but what else are you looking forward to this World Cup? Any teams?
Ooh,
Players?
yeah. I was hoping more of the colonized would beat the colonizers, but that's just like the general feeling I have in life. I was so sad to see Nigeria lose, but England is a great team. I love Japan, but I kind of want a new winner. So that's complicated feelings. But I played in Japan for 3 months and learned a ton. And I think it really contributed to my game. So I would say that's probably who I'm choosing. Yeah. What about you guys? Japan?
Colombia.
See, Colombia, I love Colombia. I would love them to advance, but I think ultimately,
I just want anybody but England or Europe.
Same. Yeah, anybody but Europe.
Okay, any other questions related to the game or?
Sorry.
No, we can do this. Go ahead, Michaela.
Yes, you mentioned that there was like one day in training with you and Delaney.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, just what are your thoughts on her as like a player and kind of how she you said she balled out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love her as a player and as a person, but I really enjoy playing with her. I think she's really smart and technical and sees the game the way I do. And she's one of the first people when we break up in teams. I'm like, oh, is Delaney on my team? And she also just like has good vibes. And when we go out for training, if I'm having a tough day or just need to like get some energy, I look to her and I'm like, hey, we're gonna have fun today. And she gives me a smile. So she's not super expressive, but I think she has a really good heart and loves the game the way I do. So it's been fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else? Jenna, feel free to unmute if you have anything else.
No, I'm all good. It's late, so.
Jenna, who do you think is gonna win the World Cup?
Oh my God.
Well, I did put a prediction up on Twitter, so I don't know if I want to go into it, but I predicted that every team is going to win, so I'm going to be
Okay.
no matter what.
All right, you're out. Sorry. Just kidding. Thank you.